Okay, so the first video of this vlog series, because if not now, then when? So in this video, I will be yapping a lot, but at the same time, I will go over some things which I think are very important. So first of all, let me tell you why I'm starting this series. And we can always go back to that question. If not now, then when? Basically, you can think of our actions, right, as either moving us forward or holding us back, right? So there's no in between. And in most cases, you'll see that nowadays, personal brand is such a big thing, right? But the truth is that it has always been. The reason why it's more important nowadays is just because with AI, think of it. What is more important? If productivity is easy is easier than before, then you need to think what's more rare. And it will be authenticity, not going overboard with the editing, like Mr. Beast and so on. But let me go back here why I'm starting this series, because let me give you an intro about myself. So, I'm Felix. I'm mostly going to talk about eCom in this series, and that's because that's what I'm doing. I'm scaling brands from 10K to 100K, from 100K to 1 million, from 1 million to 10 million. And I've worked even with some brands that hit 50 million. So I think I have things that I can share with the world, because it's been a while since I've been in this game. And I would suggest almost everyone to start creating content as soon as possible. And why do I say that? Because this is actually not the first time I'm creating content. I've actually grown a YouTube channel in my native language, Romanian, and I'm actually right now in Romania. And I've grown it to around 29K subscribers, which means that probably over 100K people watch the videos. And I have to say, it was luck to some extent, right? So luck will be a component of every kind of success. And we'll go back to that in a second to talk about intelligence, luck, and success, because there is some science to it as well, and some studies. So we'll try to make a blend of what's art, what's science. And coming back, so I will be mainly talking about ecom, just because ecom is basically just someone selling things, physical things online. So like a can of soda, cola, whatever, something like that, or piece of clothing, right? And there are definitely some niches which are better than others, but will be more tactical in the future. Right now, what I want to focus on is the fact that marketing, which basically is what I'm doing with Facebook ads, with Google ads, and different types of advertisements, they are mostly human psychology, and that will never change. Meaning that, think of it, if you can make someone buy something that they don't need, you most likely will be able in life to convince someone to go on a date with you. You'll convince someone to start a business, which is good for them, right? So it's not like you're doing things that are not good or beneficial. So you're actually making the world a better place, right? Because I would say this is what most of us want. Most people are good people, right? They just don't have the tools, just like myself. Like, to offer you a story. That's why I'm making these videos. I know that my younger version would be happy to listen to this type of videos, because if you know the Myers-Briggs test, I'm more of an INTJ, INFJ, so super mega introverted, and then a mix of overthinking, which sometimes is good, sometimes is not. If you are more into data, yeah, it helps. If you are more into actually selling or having, let's say, good relationships with people, not as much. So everything comes with a benefit and a drawdown. And let me tell you something, because in these videos I will actually tell you some things that I've been reading, because I'm always looking to grow, and we will probably talk about how to get clients for 1K, 2K, 3K, 5K, 10K. Over time, that number should only increase. So I'm mainly speaking to anyone who wants to be into digital marketing, and not just Facebook ads. I mean, Facebook ads will change over time, but Google ads and many others over time. I mean, probably Snapchat, TikTok will become a much bigger part of the advertising industry. Amazon is huge. Um, Maybe Twitch. I don't know. I don't know if Twitch ads really work. Never tried them. But yeah, there are different platforms. And one of the most important things that we can do is basically just stay up to date. And this is like a game, right? Even making videos like this, it's a game, right? This video will definitely not be at the same level as the 30th video. So that's why it's super important to always start as soon as possible and then improve over time, right? So coming back to what I wanted to say about what I was reading earlier, the fact that if you are intelligent, you are more likely to not have success, which seems counterintuitive to some extent, right? But let me tell you something, because if you are, let's say, intelligent, right, which means that you might be thinking more, and yeah, IQ, we know how it works, right? You are slightly smarter, you can pick up things faster. But the drawdown to that is the following. When you know too much, you know what's the risk associated with it, right? So for example, right now, when I'm making these videos, I know that I might get eventually, I don't know, some hateful comments or someone telling me I'm wrong about something, right? And most people don't like that, right? Most people don't like confrontation. However, think of the opposite. If you're not really intelligent and you don't know much, you might believe, just like with that Dunning-Kruger effect, that if you learn a bit of something, you have the impression that you know much more than you actually know, and that means that you'll have more confidence, but with less knowledge, which is strange, right? But that's true. Like sometimes, even if you know less than another person, even if you're, let's say, more stupid, right? Um, Basically, you'll have more confidence, and you might know those type of people who don't know much, but they have a loud mouth, right? And we need to be aware of that. Like, um, that's why personally, I'm balanced. I know that sometimes you need to think, but sometimes you just need to talk, right? Like I just closed this week a client for 2.5k pounds, so it's from the UK, and that comes to around 3k in USD. And what I want to say is that typically I do work with US clients, even though I'm from Eastern Europe, basically from Europe. But I have to admit, people around here just don't invest as much in business, in personal development. I mean, the lifestyle is decent, right? Like, if you want a life that's, let's say, easier, right? You work 8 hours, you go home, you chill, you take 2, 3 vacations a year, then of course that's okay. But especially nowadays, we have so much more opportunity. Like in some other videos, I'll probably talk about how to sign clients, how I sign clients. Because honestly, sometimes it's just about having a conversation. There is some randomness to it sometimes, but that randomness does seem to appear more often for people who actually try, right? You need the skill, but you also need to be at the right time in front of the right people. Meaning that even with this client that I just signed, it was actually an intro made by someone I just had a random call with uh, a few months ago. So everything does matter. That's why it's always important to be out there, to ideally share good information. In this video, I'm not sure if I've been able to offer as much as I'd want, just because it's more of an intro video. But the goal with this series is actually to make one video each and every day of this December. So December 2024 right now. And we'll get better. My promise to you is that I'll keep making these videos. I'll probably have to add some captions to them just so it's easier for you to actually keep track of what I'm saying. I'm not sure how the microphone sounds, probably pretty good because I've tested it, and this DJI mic really is uh, better than any camera, any mobile microphone. But not to make this too long, because otherwise I will be yapping too much. But if you want to keep watching, I would suggest maybe turning this on at 2 times speed, and in 5 minutes or so, you're done with it. So if you're interested in digital marketing, Facebook ads, eCom, and not only that, because personally, I have worked with lead gen as well. So you'll get a lot and a ton, I would say, of info, probably even psychological stuff, like I was saying earlier about confidence and intelligence. The fact that if you have one, it doesn't mean you have the other. So really important to think about these things. And these are things that I'm thinking about consistently, since that's how you grow. You just get better each and every day. So with that, I will end this, and I will see you in the next video. Because if not now, then when?